Hi there, this is Kush from Creative Pad Media. In this video, I'll just be showing you how to use the free actions, the retouching actions that I'm giving you, which can be used in Photoshop. So first of all, if you're watching this on YouTube, you will find the link to download the actions in the description. If you're watching this video on my website, like on the article blog post, then you're going to find it under the embedded videos. You're going to find the link to these actions. And once you have downloaded this particular action, let me show you how to install it in Photoshop. So you're going to go over here to actions. If you can't see this, you're going to go to window and then you will select actions and this window will open up. We have to load these actions which you have downloaded. So you are going to hit this icon here, the three lines, and we're going to go to load actions. And this would be the file that you would have, the ATN extension, Photoshop Actions by Kush. You will double click on it and you will get this folder automatically which has these four actions: frequency separation, dodge and burn, smoothen hair, and sharpening. So let's quickly see how to use these actions. Now in this video, I'm not going to be explaining the techniques. I'm just going to be showing you how to use these actions. But if you are interested in learning about these techniques, then just wait till the video ends because I've got a fantastic resource for you. So I'm going to first of all show you frequency separation on this image. And talking about images, I'm actually at the end of this video also will be talking about one resource which I'm going to give you, which will be almost like 20 unedited portraits that I've clicked in my own studio, which I'll just be giving you for completely for free, which can be great for practicing retouching. I'll talk about that later on also. So first of all, let's see frequency separation. So once you open up this folder, you're going to just make sure this is highlighted, frequency separation, and just run this. And you're going to see all the layers of frequency separation come here. And in frequency separation, we do the skin smoothing by going on to the color and tones layer. And there are a lot of methods to use. You can use a mixer brush here and all these things. I just like to use a lasso tool because the texture is already preserved on another layer. So we can just blur any area of the skin which you want to smoothen now. So make sure you're on the color and tones layer. Take the lasso tool, keep the feathering of the edges slightly higher so that it blurs nicely and the edges are not visible. But let's say, for instance, here you can see it's too bright, it's too dark. So we want to just mix this area. So let's say I can just make this selection and then we just have to apply a Gaussian blur filter. So I can just go to filters, then I can go to blur and then select Gaussian blur. And here start from radius as 0.1 and keep increasing till the time you see that smoothing effect or the mixing effect come here. So keep doing that. Now you can see, right? It starts to come here. So see, don't want to go too high also. That depends on you, but you can see something like this is great. So if I hit OK now, and if I hit Control or Command D to deselect, you can see if I was to hide this, that makes a lot of difference. And similarly, you can go around the rest of the face. Now let me show you the dodge and burn action. So every time you use an action, it's a good idea to just flatten this particular image so that we are done with this, and also save it as a Photoshop document at that time, so that you don't lose everything if something was to happen. Okay, but these actions work well when everything is flattened and you're just working with one layer. So let's say now I want to hit dodge and burn. Of course, dodge and burn takes more time, but you get these two layers through this action. So let's say if I just wanted to brighten things, I'll use the dodge layer. And this is an inverted layer mask, so it's completely black. And if I was to just take a white brush, use a very less flow, and in dodge and burn, we're just kind of making, brighter things brighter, darker things darker. So I can just start to paint slowly on those areas and start to add some depth. Okay. So again, I'm not really talking about the techniques here. Just I'm assuming here that you know these techniques, or if not, I'll be talking about one resource later on. And similarly, you can darken things by using the blur, the darken part, like for example, on the shadows. Okay. So again, this will be done. Now let's see the third one, which is a really exciting action, which is smoothen the hair, which I use a lot for hair like this or beard like this. So this is again from one of my clients. Let's say if I was to run this action, this works really well in these cases where I just need to kind of groom this particular part of the hair. Okay. So again, inverted black layer mask. I'm going to select a white brush. This time I can keep my flow slightly higher. And I can just run this wherever I want this slightly smoother. Now, you may not actually be able to notice the effect, but just see if I hide this, can you see the difference? Just gives it that nice groomed look. I can also do this on the hair. So if I was to go right above and start to do this, and you can see before, after. This works really, really well. And you can also, if any time in any of these actions in the top folder, you can always decrease the opacity if you don't like the full effect. Maybe I realize, yeah, I just like a bit of it. It's completely non-destructive. Okay, so again, I'm just going to flatten this to see the last one, which is pretty easy to understand, which is the sharpening action. So let's open this image. If I'm just going to zoom in, let's say I need to sharpen some areas like the eyes, the eyebrows, and I can run this action very easily. So it's very helpful, especially in portraits where maybe you didn't achieve full focus. So just going to take this. This time I can increase the flow. Flow is just means how strong the effect of the brush is. Okay, so we're using a white brush and just run on these areas. Of course, you don't want to do this on the skin because usually we smoothen the skin and use this for things like lips, eyes, hair also like this. Again, this is tough to notice, but it does make a difference. So just see the before and after. So can you see slightly blurred and it's better now. Of course, I can make it stronger, this effect, by using a full flow and full opacity. Again, before, after, before, after. So great way to just make things sharper in a subtle way. Now, coming back to the point I was making, if you really want to learn the art of portrait retouching, then I've got a fantastic course for you, which is a very comprehensive course called Portrait Editing Masterclass using Adobe Photoshop, where not only do I give you these actions, I show you through a lot of examples where you get your hands on some work along images. I show you how these techniques work, what is the concept behind it, and we cover everything in detail. What are the exact steps and the exact workflow you should be following when editing your portrait. So again, the link will be given in the description, or if you're on my website, then under the embedded video where you're watching this, you will find the link. Also, one more resource that I want to talk about quickly is that I've created this collection of 20 unedited portraits that you can completely get your hands on for free. And you'll also find the link to that in the description of this video or under the embedded video on the website. So I hope all this helps you out. And if you do decide to sign up for the Masterclass portrait editing course, I would love to see you in there. All right, that's it. Bye for now.